Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, we'll close it. Yeah. Very good evening to everyone, and thank you for coming to this press conference. We had a cabinet meeting today, and three agendas were taken up in the meeting. The first agenda was the amendment of the Meghalaya FRs and SRS 1984 and the Meghalaya Delegation of Financial Powers Rule 2006. So the proposal was to facilitate the Director of Dairy Development in discharging his/her duties and exercising the powers and functions as head of department under the Meghalaya FRS and SRS 1984 and the Meghalaya Delegation of Financial Powers Rules 2006. As you're aware, the Directorate of Dairy Development was started recently, and therefore different aspects of what comes into a directorate, for example, the delegation of financial powers and the service rule, all these aspects had to be incorporated. So therefore today, to facilitate the functioning of the Directorate of Dairy Development, these amendments or these powers, delegation of powers was given through a cabinet decision today, which was held in the cabinet. The second decision today in the cabinet was to increase the corpus of the Meghalaya Contingency Fund from 305 crores to amount of 505 crores, which is an increase from 305 to 500, which is 200 crores increase. And this is being done because of the fact that there are a large number of projects for the contingency which have been done under contingency fund of Meghalaya Act 2017. And therefore, since the amount has been already utilized because of different expenditures, so therefore the amount has to be amended and increased. So we've increased it from 305 to 505 crores. Another decision that was taken today was regarding the Independence Day celebration, and different locations have been given to different ministers and VIPs to take the salute and hoist the national flag on the Independence Day. So the list of ministers and VIPs who will be going to different locations had been decided today. So it'll be too long for me to read out all the locations, but maybe later on the press team from the same secretariat can share the names of the locations and the VIPs who will be hoisting the flag on the 15th of August 2021. So those were the three main decisions that were taken. And if there's any further question that you have, then I'm happy to answer. Yes, this matter was also discussed as an informal item after the formal items were completed. And the entire cabinet has very, very strongly condemned this particular IED blast that has taken place. And the cabinet has taken a very, very firm decision that very strong action will be taken against those who are responsible for this particular blast. We had, in fact, after the incidents that took place in Clariat many weeks back and before also in different occasions, the intelligence department and the wing of the police department and the police department as a whole had been working very, very aggressively on this particular blast that took place earlier in Clariat. And in the process, a large number of the sleeper cells and people who were involved in these blasts, in fact, all of them were arrested and all of them were neutralized in the sense that they were all arrested. So neutralized could mean other things, but here we're talking about arrest. So all of them were arrested. So all the people involved in those blasts were arrested. And that, of course, led to maybe the reactions that we're seeing now. But as I said, firm action has been taken in the past. All the people involved in all the past incidents have been caught, and we will ensure that all the people who are involved in this particular incident or anybody who will be a threat to anybody, any citizen of the state, will not be spared. No, absolutely not. Because there are, in fact, the intelligence department has been working very aggressively. As I said, because of the hard work of the intelligence and the police department as a whole, all the people involved in the bomb blast in Clariat have been alert. Clariat means you're talking about the cement company, you're talking about the flag hoisting that took place, you're talking about the police premises where the bomb blast took place. All the people involved in all these incidents have been arrested. So the Intel department has been working very aggressively. But yes, this incident took place, which is very unfortunate. But as I said, we are sending a very, very strong and firm message to all those involved in this that none of them will be spared. They are mixed. They are basically sleeper cell, overground workers, and people who have been actively involved and in communication. We have all the information and details with us. I will not be able to share all of them, but all this information is all with evidence. CCTV is only one part of the entire, information that comes in. Wherever CCTVs are available, we will use that and we will get the information on that. But there are many other sources and ways on which we collect information. So all those channels will be used. And as I said, we will ensure that those people involved will be brought to justice. What is the strength of the Security Commission? They also sent a distance to the government already and now because you say that it becomes all the more important. Yeah, sure, absolutely. We can have that meeting, definitely. Vested interest to defend the government from conspiracy, somebody talking about to bring down the government, engaging in series of blasts. Any vested interest? You can ask the people who are blasting, I don't know.
What is the strength of HNL according to government
now? It is less than 10. Yes, it is. And in fact, that is the reason why, as I said, a large number of arrests have been made in the last many weeks, especially after the blast that took place in the police premises in Clariat. And therefore, once we started doing that exercise, a large network has come out in front of us, and we have been taking action against all of them. And as I said, a large number have been arrested. And now with this incident happening, more in fact detailed investigation will happen, and all those involved in it will be brought to justice, as I mentioned. So we are going to take a really firm stand on this, and as I said, we will be very, very firm on our action against people who are involved in this blast. Can you repeat the question? Whether the government accepts the claim of made by agency that in this instance they were not involved, they were responsible. In the past incidents that took place in Clariot, yes. And we have in fact investigated and we have found evidence and we've caught the people. In this incident, we have only seen the messages that they're claiming, but we will do thorough investigation and find out who really is behind this, and then only it will be appropriate for me to comment. Absolutely not. This is an incident that, yes, should not have happened. This is an incident where we have seen that it's been preceded by a large number of extortions being given to people, and therefore it looks more like a racket of extortion that they're trying to create, and this is something that we will not allow at all. So therefore, there are few people who are trying to do this, but I want to assure the citizens of our state that we will, as a government and as a police, we will take firm action and will ensure that the safety of our people and the citizens of our state. No, as I said, we have been very clear that they should surrender and we will discuss on other matters. And whatever discussions we have with them will only be based on them moving towards peace and ensuring that all discussions take place within the constitutional framework of the country. Will the security be Yes, we have said that we are ready to discuss with them if they are surrendering and coming forward to discuss with them. But we don't want any kind of conditional talks out here. They must surrender and they must come forward and want a discussion with us. We are ready to talk, but it has to be an unconditional talk, and it has to be a talk that is very much within the constitutional framework of the country. Will you brief up the security? Security has already been briefed up. Regarding the transparent last in the month of December, it is that the state government has recommended NRA and the former director the NRA. I have to ask my team that information is not available with me right now. But I can tell you that the people who were responsible for this tar cement blast have already been arrested. No, I've repeated. This is a repeat question. We have been very clear that our intelligence is very strong, and we have been working towards it to strengthen it even further. And it's been the basis of the strength of the intelligence that we were able to arrest all those people who were involved in the blast that took place in Clariot district. So therefore, we cannot say that it's a lapse of the intelligence. Of course, there are situations which should not have happened, but our intelligence section is working very hard, and a lot of information is there with us, and a lot of actions will be taken and are being taken, which I cannot share with you right now. But absolutely not. Our team is working very hard, and we will get down to the crux of this issue. There were remaining a lot of hours who knew about where the weapons were buried, and based on the pandemic, many of them have unearthed those weapons, and many of them were involved in extortion activity, or maybe manipulated the weapons. Many people, in fact, in the last, well, I don't know the story, and there is no, none of them been able to move forward in those situations. So all of those cases have been neutralized. All the people involved in that have been arrested already in Garo Hills region. So what we have observed, we have seen ongoing government activity and there is a lack of police authority. Can we say that this has led to See, one cannot link up something, and just connect two dots and say that, well, there was less patrolling and this has happened. One could, we have, everybody has resources are there which we use in the best way that's possible. So one, if, as I said, for you to connect, say that the manpower is not moving around or something like that with the blast that's happening, it would not be fair to connect all of that. So incident has happened. It should not have happened. From the government side, as I said, we will ensure that all the investigations and inquiry is done at a very speedy pace, and ensure that all the people who are connected with this will be, as I said, will be picked up, and we'll ensure that very stern message and action is taken. And number two, as was asked by a lot of you, even the security measures will be enhanced in all the locations that are very, very sensitive. So we will ensure that all measures are taken to protect our people. Thank you.